Today, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Week 10 of the NFL on DAL Sports. We'll see Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
Historic Lambeau Field fittingly it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. And here comes the winner of the last two NFL MVP awards, Aaron Rodgers, as he brings his Packers out for their first series of the game.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. A lot of storylines in this matchup. The Packers have had the upper hand. They've won 5 of the last 6 meetings. You think about the Dez Bryant game in the playoffs and the catch, no catch controversy. But, of course, the news here, the return of Mike McCarthy. He was the coach here from 2006 to 2018. Only Curly Lambeau himself has more wins as a Packer coach than McCarthy, and that includes Vince Lombardi. So he had quite an accomplished tenure, no doubt, including the Super Bowl win. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On second down, it's Jones. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Rodgers now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Upon a 46, a return of 5. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys taking the field on offense, and for a 7th season, It's Dak Prescott who brings him out.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. And he's got room. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Prescott to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number. And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Throwing now is Rodgers. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense in every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Watkins here. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Here's Watkins on the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. An inside give to Jones. And a short gain here down to the 22. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Touchdown, Packers! Robert Tonyan, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Robert Tonyan capping it all off on the touchdown grab. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've got that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Inside give to Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go to Elliott again, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Draw play, Elliott. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And we are tied at 7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And a 9-yard run on the end of it. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Aaron Rodgers and the Packer offense back out onto the field. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Pass caught, it's Romeo Doubs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Drop for a loss there on a nice effort by Osa Odighizuwa.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
We welcome back all of our viewers to historic Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's the Packers in possession of the football as we get back into the action in quarter number 2. 2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The midterm elections are now concluded, and I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief for that. But now it's time for midterm football, where we've moved past the unofficial halfway point of the season, and we got a couple of good matchups in the night games here in Week 10. Tonight it's North versus South in California, the Chargers and Niners from Santa Clara. And then tomorrow, Monday night, it's both Charles's birthday, happy early birthday, buddy, and the first primetime appearance for the Commanders as they travel up to Philly to take on the Eagles. A lot going on. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. A lot of storylines in this matchup. The Packers have had the upper hand. They've won 5 of the last 6 meetings. You think about the Dez Bryant game in the playoffs and the catch, no catch controversy. But, of course, the news here, the return of Mike McCarthy. He was the coach here from 2006 to 2018. Only Curlin Lambeau himself has more wins as a Packer coach than McCarthy. And that includes Vince Lombardi. So he had quite an accomplished tenure, no doubt, including the Super Bowl win. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Now a first down carry by Jones. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Hey, check back 11, check back 11.
On play action, now Rodgers. Tunyon's got it on the out route. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back.
Hey, check back 11, check back.
Rodgers to throw once more. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They'll go with Jones. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Prescott. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Prescott yet again. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On 2nd and 10, Prescott. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to throw. Prescott. Dancing to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So roughing the passer, and this is a unit, Charles. They hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Yeah, they understand how important these last couple of months are for this team. They can ill afford to have anything happen to him if they want to accomplish their goals.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Garibay on to attempt the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Jones with a nice gain there on first down as he takes his forward and call it a pickup of 6. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Daniel Jones, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Jonathan Taylor, well over 100 yards on the ground with a pair of touchdown runs. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Allen Robinson, a touchdown reception. In the game you're watching, you've seen a strong first half out of Dak Prescott. His guys have the lead as the white stuff continues to fall. And for the call of the second half, we give it back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow is still continuing to fall as we are back underway. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter.
And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing. Prescott.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Rasul Douglas picks it. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they wanted it with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And we are tied at 14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away.
On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Preston Smith there on the stop. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Prescott. And this is incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Prescott.
That is caught by Lamb.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think in clement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
First down carry by Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 21 yards.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
inside give to Elliott. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Prescott. And his throw is incomplete.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That would be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 right at the 30.
And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he'll get this to the 32.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now here come the Cowboys. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
If they're going to get a 1st down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Could be some contact going on.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go to Elliott again. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Up the middle, here's Elliott, and he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Running with Elliott. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 40-yard line.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half. Incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got down for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Able to hit his target, Lamb. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. And now the Packers get set to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
I got you. Hey, check back the line.
Here's Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores. And they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. But they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Man open right side. It's Rodgers. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Got a man. It's Amari Rodgers complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Throwing is Rodgers. He'll complete this one to Watson. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 14. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Sammy Watkins, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's Sammy Watkins who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. From the 6. And he returns this to the 22. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts as early as opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
112 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Elliott. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Again to Elliott. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now Elliott. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Elliott running right, and this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Elliott. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. This is Elliott, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Elliott. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. They'll run with Elliott. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll run it with Elliott. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is, to come into Lambeau and get the victory. But they did it.
You're not just battling the team that you're playing that day. You're not just battling the crowd that's in attendance in that game. You're battling the history of the franchise. You're battling the ghosts that swirl around that place that help spur them on to victory. It is an unbelievable atmosphere, the most historic place in the league, and you have to make sure you stay focused on your task. Otherwise, you can get easily distracted.
Yeah, hats off to them for keeping that laser focus and getting the victory. So for the Cowboys, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get another road game next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So